everybody, it's Miss Maeve again from Frankfort Public Library, and I'm here for week 4 of the summer reading program. Let's get started with our welcome song. Here we go. Here, here, we're all here. Here, here, we're all here. Here, here, we're all here. We're all here for story time. Aki, todos aquí, aki, todos aquí, aki, todos aquí, y vamos a leer. Now it's time for our mystery bag. I've got a friend here today. It's Rusty the Rooster. Hi Rusty, how are you? I'm good. Let's see what's in our mystery bag. Can you help me hold this, Rusty? Yes. Oh, it's a book about rabbits. Rabbit starts with R, just like Rusty the Rooster. Did you see the R on his shirt? Right there. R for Rusty. Oh, and look at this, Rusty. I found a rabbit. How cool. To go with our book about rabbits. Oh, and what else do we have? We have some red raspberries. And we have some black raspberries. And, oh, we've got all sorts of stuff in our bag today. We have a rock, and this rock is painted. Nice and pretty. What do you think, Rusty? Was that pretty? Yes. Ooh. Here, can you hold that for me? Oh, maybe? That's going to be a tricky one. No. Okay. I'm going to have to cut that part out. You're fine. Just let it roll. Here we have some ribbon. Orange ribbon. Look at that. Whew. Thank you for holding that, Rusty. We have a reindeer. Reindeer starts with R. So what other words can you think of that start with the letter R? Do you have anything, Rusty? Oh, how about a ring? See, we have rings there. That's right, Rusty. And what about red? See the red right there? Why don't you try and think of more words that start with the letter R? All right, Rusty, I'll see you later. Tell everyone bye. All right, everybody. Now we have a song for you called John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. You can clap with me, or you can pat on your knees if you want to. Here we go. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, his name is my name too. And whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Da 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 da. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, his name is my name too. And whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Okay, everybody, here I have an action song for you. So if you want, you can get up and you can do this one with me. I'm going to stay sitting this time. But here we go. It's called Superhero, Superhero. So, superhero, superhero, turn around. Superhero, superhero, touch the ground. Superhero, superhero, put on your suit. Superhero, superhero, put on your boots. Superhero, superhero, jump up high. Woo! Superhero, superhero, fly, fly, fly. Okay, everybody, it's story time. I have a book called Superheroes Are Everywhere. This goes with our theme about heroes. This is by Kamala Harris. Faster than a rocket ship, stronger than a tidal wave. braver than a lion. Superheroes always make the world better, no matter what goes wrong. Whenever there's trouble, superheroes show up just in time. When I was a kid, I was sure that superheroes were everywhere, blending in with regular people, ready to do good at a moment's notice. I was determined to find them, so I started my superhero search right at home. It didn't take too long to find one. I noticed my mom had a magic touch. Her hugs made me feel warm, safe, and even strong. She knew I loved good food, so she taught me her secret recipes, and we'd create huge, delicious meals together for our friends and family. I even cooked some of the dishes all by myself. Heroes make you feel special. My sister Maya and I did everything together. Ballet class, piano lessons, bike riding, and board games. I knew that if I ever needed her, she'd be there. One half of our dynamic duo. When we felt sad, my mom would throw us an unbirthday party so we'd feel better. Together, we'd eat unbirthday cake, open unbirthday presents, and dance around the living room. Maya was always by my side. Heroes are people you can count on. I kept searching for superheroes in other parts of my family. My dad wanted me to be fearless. Whenever we were at the park, he'd let go of my hand and call out, "Run, Kamala, run!" And I'd run as far as I could, for as long as I could. My dad was a superhero because he made me feel brave. Heroes make you feel brave. What makes you feel brave? My grandmother was one of the smartest people I've ever met, and she used her smarts and her voice to speak out for women who were being hurt and to teach them how to stay healthy. My grandfather used his voice to make India a free country. All of my grandparents in India and in Jamaica were superheroes for standing up for what's right. Heroes stand up for what's right. My best friends and I cared about each other. When I was in kindergarten, I told a boy to stop teasing one of my best friends, and another time, that best friend helped me when I fell on the playground. We all wanted to feel safe at school. Heroes are best friends. I loved my first grade teacher, Miss Wilson. She taught us about plants and flowers, sang songs with us from cultures around the world, and revealed how tadpoles turned into frogs. Heroes are teachers. When I looked, I found a superhero right down my street. Miss Shelton was our family friend and was like a second mom to me. She watched Maya and me while our mom was at work. We'd gobble up her homemade biscuits, peach cobbler, and gumbo for special occasions, and pile into her car on Sundays for church. Miss Shelton treated everyone with love and respect. Heroes are kind. Aunt Lenore and I chased fireflies and caught them in jars. Uncle Sherman taught me to play chess. Aunt Mary and I read book after book together, and Uncle Freddie took me to museums where we'd see dazzling artwork. My aunts and uncles, my mom's friends who were part of our family, helped me explore my world, and that made them superheroes. Heroes explore with you. Even as I got older, I kept searching for superheroes. When it was time for me to go to college, I was excited to go where my Aunt Chris went to study, at Howard University. My grandmother hadn't had the chance to go to college, but she encouraged her kids, my mom, my aunts, and uncle, to study hard, and they did. My mom became a scientist, my uncle Balu is an economist, my aunt Sarala is a doctor, and my aunt Ginny works with computers. Heroes work hard. After college, I wanted to become a lawyer like some of the people I looked up to. Thurgood Marshall, Constant Baker Motley, and Charles Hamilton Houston. They fought in court because they knew that people aren't always treated equally, but should be. Heroes protect people. Once I became a lawyer and then a senator. I worked with all sorts of people to help kids. Even better, I got to know amazing kids who want to make the world a better place. Heroes make a difference together. Heroes are you. Superheroes are everywhere you look, even inside you. Are you kind, brave, and curious? Are you a best friend? Do you share? Do you treat people fairly? Do you lend a hand when other people need help? You're a hero by being the very best you. Now that's pretty super. Now I'm going to tell you a story called Stone Soup. And I have my pot here for this story. So once upon a time, there was a village. It was a nice place to stay, except that nobody wanted to share. One day, a visitor came to town. "Hello, does anyone have any food they can share?" he asked. The villagers all responded quickly that they had nothing to share with the visitor. "That's okay," said the visitor. "I will make stone soup for everyone." Then he took out a giant pot and dropped a large stone in it. He added some water and set it on a fire to cook. After a while, the visitor sniffed his broth. Some of the villagers came outside to see what he was doing. I love stone soup. The only thing better is stone soup with cabbage," said the visitor. That gave one man in the village an idea. He brought a cabbage and put it in the pot. Stir our soup. Then the visitor said, "I once had stone soup with cabbage and carrots. It was delicious." A woman brought carrots and put them in the pot. Then the visitor said, "I once had stone soup with cabbage and carrots and corn. It was scrumptious." A boy brought corn and put it in the pot. Then the visitor said, "I once had stone soup with cabbage and carrots and corn and beans. It was so good." A girl brought beans and put them in the pot. The soup cooked and cooked. Finally, it was ready, and everyone ate a big bowl. "This is delicious," they all said. The soup made them so happy that they danced and sang all night long. From then on, the people in the village shared, and their very favorite thing to share was stone soup. For this week's craft, we're going to be doing process art. And that process art is going to be an abstract art piece. So you have a white piece of construction paper, and then you have a baggie of all sorts of extra little goodies in it. Construction paper, foam pieces, tissue paper, all sorts of stuff. And so parents, what I want you to have your kids do is to cut the construction paper into any shapes that they want and just have them practice cutting. And then they can glue them on in any random order just to make it look, just let them have fun and see what they create. And once they're done, if you could share it with us on your Facebook page by tagging us with hashtag MyFCPL, that would be great. We'd love to see what your little ones have created. Okay, everybody, I have another song for you. This one's called "I've Been Working on the Railroad." So if you know the words, go ahead and sing along with me now. Here we go. I've been working on the railroad all the little long day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morning. Can't you hear the captain shouting? Now won't you blow everybody. Thank you for joining me. Now let's end it with our goodbye song. Here we go. See you later.